Toom Studio version 3.5 runs on both the Windows and the Macintosh platforms. So what I'm going to do right now is talk about the minimum system requirements that you'll need to be able to run the application. Let's go ahead and start off with the Windows platform. Alright, well, you need to have 800 MHz Intel Pentium 3 processor as your minimum, and you should be running Microsoft Windows XP or Windows 2000. Your minimum RAM should be 256 megabytes, and your maximum RAM, of course, is limitless, so the more RAM the better, but they do recommend 512 megabytes. On your hard drive, you should make sure you have at least 120 megabytes available for the installation of the application. As far as your video, you should have a 24-bit color display with 32 megabytes of video RAM. And you should be able to run your Toom Studio in at least an 800 by 600 resolution, as I have here. Although recommended, I suggest 1024 by 768. I only made this display for recording these movies. As you see here, I have some saved layouts here. I have the Die Hard assets, which is when I'm creating artwork, and my animation layout. And I also have this one called Small Screen. And this is the one I use when I'm recording these movies for you to watch. But normally I'm working on a much larger screen. So I'll show you how to do this later on, how to create and save your own layouts. Of course, you also want to have as your input device a Wacom tablet, which is recommended. Now, you can of course draw with a traditional mouse, and I know a lot of people who are very good at it. I'm not that person. I need to draw with a Wacom tablet, which is pretty much a digital tablet, which gives you a pen called a stylus and a digital pad that you would draw on. Just check out www.wacom.com for more information, and that's wacom.com. Now, let's talk about the Macintosh. For the Macintosh, you should have a G4 as your minimum, but you should also, for your maximum, have the best machine that's out there right now, which is the G5. And knowing Apple, they'll have a G6 tomorrow. That's how they work. You buy a G5, the next day they have a new machine. But anyway, you can also use as your OS or operating system the new Intel Core, which is available on the newest Macintosh computers. And just in case you're not aware of what that is, these Macintosh computers run both Macintosh OS 10 as well as Windows, believe it or not. It's really cool. I wish I had one of those. So for those millionaires who are watching this, be sure to send me a couple of those. Thank you. So your minimum system requirements for the Macintosh should be Macintosh OS 10.4.7, which is called Tiger. Your RAM will be the same as Windows, a minimum of 256 megabytes as your minimum and 512 megabytes, which is recommended, but the more the merrier. 120 megabytes is also required to install the application. Your computer display should be 24-bit color with a recommended 64 megabytes as video RAM, or a minimum of 8 megabytes. And once again, you definitely want to check out the Wacom tablet for your input device. So those are the requirements to use Toom Studio on both the Windows and the Macintosh platforms.